It's not good, man. All right, gang, we never thought we'd be making a video like this one, but as you can tell from the title, yep, that's right. Jordan and I got a cease and desist notice from the city of Baton Rouge, and all work on our shop bathroom project has to stop immediately. Now, I know you guys are asking, Studpack, how'd you get a cease and desist if you're permitted? I mean, you're permitted, aren't you? Now, for every single project you've seen on the Studpack channel, we've had a permit for, except this one, and here's why. So pulling a permit on the residential side is a pretty simple, straightforward process. We've done it a bunch. But on the commercial side, it's a little bit more complicated, and I got to deal with 2 other state agencies. And personally, gang, we just thought it was a little bit much for this tiny bathroom for the fire marshal to get involved so they could give us a green light on where my friend could shower and go to the bathroom. Now remember, guys, this building is 50 years old. It was originally a commercial paint store, but nobody lives here. There's no employees, and we're not running a business out of it. Now, that's no reason for us to be above the rules. That's not what this is about. But for us, it was a time constraint. We didn't want to invest the time, but now we got to find time that we don't have. Now, we've been in countdown mode for about 2 months. The idea was to finish this project and head to Texas and start on the house. And the timing was perfect because of the living constraints. Jordan's actually been paying rent and his new mortgage for about 3 months. And Jordan paid his last rent on that apartment just a couple of days ago, and he's got to be out of there in about 3 weeks. So instead of spending those 3 weeks working hard on this bathroom, now we got to do it filling out permits, paperwork, compliances, getting inspections, all of that for this little bathroom for my buddy. Now again, we're not trying to be above the law or anything like that. It's just really frustrating that all this is happening right now during this time when we don't have the time. And it's just kind of silly to us that all this time and money is being spent by the city on this little 80 square foot bathroom. It is leagues ahead of what was here, and it's going to be miles ahead of what anybody else would have done. We're going to have complete ground fault protection on everything, hot water, an exhaust fan vented to the outside, grab bars, the list goes on and on. And check this out. This part of town really struggles. Let's head outside and we'll show you some examples. Every property has barbed wire or razor wire around it on a tall fence. And check out this building back here. 10 or 12 stories, has been vacant for years, and there's no power to that building. Here's what happened. It has a basement where all the switchgear was. The basement flooded and ruined the switchgear. They turned the power off, so all the copper buses on the upper floors were looted. There's broken out windows, and there's AT&T cell phone antennas on the top. So they had to get a temporary power pole, run a cable on the outside of the building to power those cell phone antennas. So where's all the enforcement and do it right on that building? And that building is one of many eyesores in the city. Thousands of people see it every day. But there's only 2 people in this whole town who are ever going to see or use this bathroom. Now, we've already received an email from the city, and there seems to be a big disconnect between what they think goes on here and what really goes on here. According to the city, they imagine there's 6 forklifts bringing products in and out this door, just like they were when it was a paint store, 100 employees behind Jordan, and the customer parking lot chock full of cars, when in reality, it's just my buddy and his collection of cars. Now, I know a bunch of you are asking, well, what happens when he sells the building, if that ever happens? And normally, we'd be with you. But here's the reality. There's only one person who would ever buy this building, and he has a business right next door, and he's always over here banging on the door, hey, when do you want to sell? And if he ever buys it, he's going to rip it down and build a new building around our beautiful bathroom. Now, how did we get this cease and desist in the first place? Are there secret inspector spies driving around in tinted cars looking for unpermitted projects? Well, maybe, but we actually have a couple of clues on how this one came about. Right here it says complaint reported. So somebody dropped the dime on us, and we have a pretty good idea who it was, and it looks like it was personal. Now, there's an old saying, hurt people hurt people. It was probably some sad, jealous, mad person who just spends their life looking to see how they can ruin another person's day. But we're not going to let it ruin our day. We're going to get that permit done, get all the compliances done, and we're going to get back to here and get to work and get this bathroom finished for you, start putting out videos as soon as we can. So how does all this affect us? Well, it affects us in a bunch of ways. First way it affects us is on our video schedule. We were cranking out about 2 videos a week, making great progress on the bathroom, and now we haven't posted in a week, so we wanted to post a video today to keep you guys updated. The other way it affects us is on our channel growth. We were doing pretty good, but if we're not posting, we're going to plateau out or even start to go down. And with fewer views means our ad revenue is affected. And I got to be honest with you, we count on that a lot right now. And if our ad revenue is going down, it's going to make it tougher for us to make our move which costs a lot of money. So all this mess couldn't have come at a worse time, and we're kind of bummed about it. So we're not gonna let a mad, jealous person ruin our day. One of the cool things about living in Louisiana, check it out. We get a storm that goes by almost every afternoon. But just like any other storm, it's gonna pass, and on the other side of it is bright sunshine. But this whole permit thing, well, it's just a storm for us. We're gonna get through it, and on the other side of it is sunshine with a nice, big, beautiful bathroom, and that house build in Texas that we've been planning for what, well over a year?
That's right.
With plenty of memories and plenty of great videos. And speaking of the stud pack house, check this out. Last week, the soil tests were done, so the soil engineers are working on that to make sure the soil can hold up Jordan's big old house. The structural engineer is working on his part of the project, and Jordan and I are working on all the final design details. And so that puts us way ahead of the game. We thought this was gonna take months, but it's good for us because as soon as we get to Texas, we can start working on that foundation. And with this whole cease and desist order, when we know something, you'll know something. It's just a storm for us, and we're gonna get through it. But I'll tell you this, if it wasn't for all you guys, all your awesome comments and your support of our channel, it would be 100 times worse. So thanks for all the support. Have a great weekend and a great Labor Day, and we'll see you on our next video.